Welcome to part 2 of adding and subtracting fractions. Today we're going to look at adding and subtracting fractions with different denominators. So let's start off with 3/4 plus a half. So I'm going to show you the drawing way first. So if we were to draw 3/4, it would look like this. Okay. So 3/4 are drawn there, and a half would look like this. Now, because they're different denominators, adding these is very difficult. So what we can do is make this one over here, this one needs to change. This denominator must change. And it needs to be the same as this denominator. In this case, it's easy because all you have to do is multiply it by 2. So when you change this into quarters, you'll see here, there are now 2/4 over here. So in a sense, this becomes 3/4 plus 2/4, which gives you a total of 5/4, or 1 1/4. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how to do this with more complicated questions because they're not always going to be this easy. So go into a next page here, and here we go. I will start off by 2/7 plus 1/5. Okay. So I have always told my students that finding common denominators, you have to use multiples for this example. So the denominators are what we need to look at. So if we look at 7, all the multiples of 7. So 7 times 1, 7 times 2, 7 times 3, 7 times 4, 7 times 5, 7 times 6. Same thing with 5. 5 times 1, 5 times 2, 5 times 3, 5 times 4, 5 times 5, 5 times 6, 5 times 7. And the key, what you're looking for, is to find a number that matches. Okay, the lowest common multiple, or LCM. You may have heard it referred to as that. So what you're going to do after is take 2/7 plus 1/5. And what you must do is 7 times what gets you to 35. So if you said 7 times 5, you are correct. And 5 times a number equals 35. And if you see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it would be multiplied by 7. So this question now becomes 10 over 35 plus 7 over 35. Denominator stays the same. The numerator is now 17 over 35. I'm going to do another example, but without showing all this, because I'm going to show you another little trick that I've learned. One little trick I like to tell students is simply to take the two denominators, just multiply them by each other. It really will get you right to the answer you're looking for. So 3 times 8, and then 2 times 8, and 8 times 3, and 1 times 3. So our answer will look like this: 16 over 24 plus 3 over 24. Remember, denominator stays the same. That is 24. 16 plus 3 is 19. Same principle applies when you are subtracting. Okay. So let's go over a couple examples. Let's do 4/5 minus 1/2. So again, the two denominators must match. Multiply them out. So 5 would be multiplied by 2, 4 would be multiplied by 2, and these two would be multiplied by 5. So this gives you an answer of 8/10 subtracted by 5/10. Subtract them, and it gives you 3/10. Let's do one more example. Let's go crazy here. So these are really big numbers, and you'll see why shortly. Okay, you got to multiply them out. So 12 times 7, 7 times 7. 7 times 12, 2 times 12. So the denominator is now 84. 7 times 7 is 49. Subtract that by 24 over 84. Denominator stays the same. You now have 25 as your answer. And this fraction does not reduce because 25 can only be divided by 5. And as you know, 84 cannot be divided by 5. So this is how you would add and subtract fractions that have different denominators. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.